Say hi, everyone.
Say hi.
Hello.
Like,
Salud.
salute.
All right. Today I'm going to be talking to you about a social justice issue. Every day you are affected by the content of your water. All land is part of a watershed where both municipalities and local wells draw their water from that you use every day. And just like everyone else, you are responsible for the content of your watershed. A watershed is comprised of underground aquifers, streams, and rivers, which hold water and chemical and sediment runoff from the surface of the land. Originally, it was convenient to put domestic and industrial waste and trash into rivers. As our knowledge of the natural environment increased, we further understood the harm that we cause to both ecosystem and human health. Movements to keep our waters clean, such as the Clean Water Act, have provided baselines for better stream and river health. However, until a solution is found for this problem, water pollution will continue to have an adverse effect on humans and the environment. From as far back as the Middle Ages, people would throw human and animal waste into the rivers as a means of convenience. But as cities began to grow more dense, diseases such as cholera, typhoid fever, and the bubonic plague were spread easily due to the lack of proper hygiene. It wasn't until the mid-1800s that sewers in major cities began to be developed, which quickly increased sanitation. Once human waste began to deplete in these rivers, a new enemy was born, and that was chemical pollution. According to freeshell.org, chemicals run off from urban sites, mines, and agricultural areas, as well as many other areas in industry. Some of these chemicals alone are inert and pose little to no risk to human health. However, when they are mixed with other runoff chemicals, they can become carcinogens or even become toxic. It's the cocktail of these assorted chemicals that is the most dangerous to human health because of the unknown risk that it has. The Cuyahoga River in Cleveland, Ohio is one of the most famous examples of the effects of chemical pollution. This is a picture of the river on fire. The river caught fire several times during the time span between 1936 and 1969, with the final fire here in '69. It got published by Time magazine. Pass that around. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the Cuyahoga caught fire multiple times, and like I said, it was seen there in 1969. The fires were caused by industrial chemical waste and trash that was floating down the river, and it caused widespread outrage. Due to the publicity that this fire received, in 1972, the Clean Water Act was formed. According to the EPA, this was taken from the Federal Water Pollution Act of 1948. The Clean Water Act sets industry standards for wastewater disposal and water treatment. It requires permits for the release of any amount of waste into a body of navigable water, and it puts restrictions on the volume and concentration of pollutants released, with testing and monitoring regularly. However, even the Clean Water Act is not all-encompassing. Over the summer, I worked as an intern supervisor for a new apartment complex in Slippery Rock. I learned how water lines, sewers, and runoff drainage were managed during the construction process. By working with the contractors responsible for this underground preparation, I saw that that they dumped 1.5 to 2 tons of chlorine into the water lines to prevent bacterial and mold growth. Closer to move-in day, I was told to go into every room with a faucet and turn them all on and let them run overnight. This was to flush out all the excess chlorine, but before I did so, I was instructed by my superior to wear a respirator mask to protect my lungs. This kind of surprised me because I wasn't really sure that all of the chlorine would come out, but After smelling it, I definitely understood the seriousness of chemicals in water supplies. Since the complex has been open, I have noticed a strong chlorine smell and taste in my water in my house at Slippery Rock, and there is no doubt in my mind that it was from the addition of 2 tons of chlorine to the small water system of Slippery Rock. And it gives an example of something so seemingly separate can have an adverse effect on an entire community. There has not been a blanket cure for water pollution. However, every little bit of help counts. Whether you're changing your oil or cleaning trash out of your house or apartment, keep in mind that you affect your environment and watershed with everything you throw out the window or pour on the ground. Next time you litter, remember, we all live downstream. Thank you.
Yay.